Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of It's News to Me. I'm your host, Anastasia Gilardi.
And I'm Sophie Shamarzadi. Today we'll be highlighting the important news and events happening worldwide, nationwide, and right here in our community.
In local news, upcoming Rosary High School senior and former student of Rotolo Middle School, Alexis Yeager, has qualified for the Olympic trials in women's swimming. The trials will be held June 26th through July 1st in Omaha, Nebraska, where Yeager has qualified for 4 different events. On June 26th, Yeager will compete in the 400-meter individual medley, the 100-meter breaststroke on June 27th, the 200 individual medley on the 28th, and finally the 200-meter breaststroke on the 30th. Prelims begin at 10 a.m. each day, and the finals at 6:45 p.m. All competition will be broadcasted live through the NBC Sports Extra app, and you can check out the television schedule at rosaryhs.com/Olympics. Yeager was named the state champion in the 200-meter individual medley with a state record-breaking time of 2 minutes, 1 second, and 58 milliseconds, as well as the 200 freestyle relay, along with 3 other Rosary students. Overall, the Rosary High School Beads were the 2015 state champions. Good luck to Alexis at the Olympic trials.
Now here's Check It Out with Michelle Marcel.
Hello, I'm Michelle Marcel, Promotional Services Manager here at the Batavia Public Library. During part 2 of this summer's 6-part singer-songwriter and performance series, professional musician Scott Tipping discusses his songwriting experience and process on Saturday, June 25th at 1 p.m. here at the library. Then at 2 p.m., Tipping will perform live. Registration is not required. This program is presented in collaboration with the Fox Valley Music Foundation, the Batavia Public Library, and the Aurora Public Library West Branch. 2 more workshops will be held in July, 1 at each library, and 2 more in August, 1 at each library. For more information on the series, please visit foxvalleymusicfoundation.org or fvmf.org. The next Sundays on Stage program at the library is at 2 p.m. June 26th, when Thomas Paine, Voice of the Revolution, will be presented. Actor R.J. Lindsay portrays Thomas Paine, whose writings inspired people to support independence and Washington's army to keep fighting. Please register for this program, which is sponsored by the Batavia Public Library Foundation. Speaking of independence, the library will be closed Sunday and Monday, July 3rd and 4th, in observance of Independence Day. I hope you have a great holiday. Families, please check out the Youth Services Summer Fun Guide and the library calendar for Super Summer Reading Club programs and special events. There's a lot more in store during July. I'm Michelle Marcel, and I hope to see you at the library.
On Sunday, June 19th, LeBron James and the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the defending NBA champs Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors in Game 7 of the series, bringing home Cleveland's first championship in over 50 years and the Cavaliers' first championship in franchise history. The Cavs also became the first NBA team in playoff history to come back from a 3-1 game deficit. The MVP of the series went to none other than LeBron James, who pulled out of Game 7 with a triple-double, 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, as well as fulfilled the promise of bringing his trophy to his hometown. The final score of the game was 93-89, and after a season of ups and downs, fired coaches, and plenty of injuries, James and the rest of his teammates responded with victory.
Now here's the park bench with Katie Drum.
Hello, I'm Haley O'Brien, Marketing Intern for the Batavia Park District, and welcome to the Park Bench. I'm here today bringing you Park District news at the Batavia Riverwalk. We're off to a fantastic start to summer, and there is still so much time left to have fun in the sun. Last time we talked, we were a month away from the Windmill City Festival, and now we are only a few weeks away. Remember, we have a variety of activities that the whole family can enjoy. Some of these include carnival rides, a 5K at Mooseheart, ice cream eating contests, craft show, flea market, beer garden, and much more. Come be a part of this lasting tradition in Batavia and create unforgettable memories with your friends and family. This is not a weekend to miss. For our full festival schedule and more information, please visit www.windmillcityfest.org. What are a few activities that all ages can enjoy? Well, one is live music. River Rhapsody Concert Series is free, family-friendly, and is featured on select Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. throughout the entire summer at the Batavia Riverwalk. A wide variety of local and regional talent will be featured, and we would love for you to come and enjoy these performances. Coming up next Wednesday, the 29th of June, join us for an old-fashioned Rockin' Time with the Rockin' Fender Skirts. Visit www.bataviaparks.org for the full summer concert lineup. Don't forget, our paddle boats on the Fox River are open. One paddle boat seats up to 4 people, so you can use all 4 seats for family and friends, or maybe have a romantic date night on the water. You can come enjoy a leisurely ride on the Fox Monday through Friday from 5 to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 6 p.m., or during the Windmill City Festival from 1 to 8 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Last but not least, we are only a month away from the 24th Annual State Championship Chili Cook-Off, and we are so excited to announce a new addition this year, a salsa competition. On Saturday, July 30th from 2 to 4 p.m., come join us at the Riverwalk for chili and salsa testing. If you have a tasty recipe for chili or salsa, enter in the competition. Register using code 358200. All chili or salsa must be made on site, so bring your apron. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you this summer. We'll see you next time on the park bench.
Late in the evening on Wednesday, June 22nd, into the early hours of Thursday, June 23rd, severe weather covered most of the central and northern counties of Illinois. Illinois residents were on watches and even warnings for flash floods, severe thunderstorms, and even tornadoes. Even the city of Chicago felt the effects of the severe weather, with the Chile vs. Columbia men's soccer game at Soldier Field being suspended and later canceled, as well as had over 150 flights at O'Hare Airport canceled and even more delayed. The most severe of the weather happened to be a tornado that touched down in Pontiac, Illinois, that left vast damage and trapped a family inside their trailer home. As the storm neared Pontiac, reports came in that a gas station canopy had collapsed on a semi-truck near Interstate 55. No injuries were reported, however, there were many unconfirmed tornadoes in 5 other cities of central Illinois. Meteorologists say the threats are not over for this storm chain, and its move eastward may become more dangerous.
Now here's the board brief with Nan Phillips.
Hi, I'm Nan Phillips, and I'm chairperson of the Batavia Public Schools Hall of Honor Committee. The Batavia Public Schools and the Batavia Foundation for Educational Excellence established the Hall of Honor in 2015 to honor and promote pride in Batavia Public Schools alumni, faculty, and friends who have made outstanding contributions and accomplishments in their communities and personal lives since they have been associated with School District 101. 6 of the 8 inductees in 2016 will be installed as alumni. 1 will enter the Hall of Honor as a BPS staff member, and 1 will be installed as a friend of Batavia for loyal support and dedication to District 101. The 2016 inductees are alumni Lori Anderson Gregorski, who graduated in 1986, Richard W. Hansen, 1955, Ellen Skiermont Diffenbaugh, graduated in 1934 and deceased 1986, George von Hoff, 1940 graduate, deceased 2010, Dennis Piron, a 1983 graduate, and Rudy Dubus, a 1970 graduate. The staff member that is being honored served District 101 for 30 years, from 1976 to 2006, and that is Marilyn Horbis. And the BPS 101 friend is Laura Bernabe. The honorees will be featured at events during the week of Homecoming 2016, which will be September 14th through September 16th. On Wednesday, September 14th, the honorees will be featured in the Batavia Park District trolley, riding down the parade route, so please come out and wave to them and cheer them on. On the 15th, on Thursday, September 15th, the actual ceremony will take place at the Batavia Fine Arts Center. At 6:30, we will begin with the unveiling of the wall. Hors d'oeuvres and desserts will be served in a time for socializing, and then at 7:30, we will move into the auditorium where all these inductees will receive their awards. A really fun night, so we hope you come to join us in that event as well. And then on Friday, on September 16th, the Batavia Bulldog Stadium will be hosting the soccer game and football game on the new Batavia turf, And the honorees will be guests of honor again that evening and introduced, and we'll be celebrating Bulldog victories. So we hope you'll come. Tickets are available online at www.bps101.net/BPS Hall of Honor. Please come honor these inductees, these wonderful people that represent Batavia Public Schools. Thank you.
After many failed attempts, North Korea has successfully launched a nuclear missile, according to North Korea and South Korean government officials. After the launch was assessed by South Korean military personnel, it is said that North Korea has significantly improved their Musadan missile engine technology, as another recent attempt only traveled 93 miles, and Wednesday's trial traveled 249 miles. North Korean government officials claim that the reason for their missile advancement was to keep up with the threats of the United States.
Here's Bill McGrath of the Municipal Minute.
Hi, I'm Bill McGrath, the City Administrator, and today is Tuesday, June 21st, and this is the Municipal Minute segment of It's News to Me. I wanted to start off talking about something a little serious that occurred in one of our detention ponds out near Iroquois Street. We had what's called a fish kill. We take care of most of our ponds to try and keep the algae down, because it really makes the ponds look terrible, and algae can eat up some of the oxygen in the ponds. Our vendors very careful to use EPA approved chemicals and in the right amounts, but every once in a while, if there's a combination of the amount of algae plus the sudden changes in the weather, even occurring during a long hot period, there can be some issues, and that's what happened last week. We received some calls from residents that some dead fish were appearing in the pond. We had our vendor go out right away and look at it, and it appears that the chemicals put in, the corrective chemicals, were so efficient that there was a massive dying off of algae, and when algae disintegrates, it uses a lot of the oxygen that's in the water. Thus, there's not enough oxygen in the water to sustain most of the fish. In the next couple of days, the algae will all be gone, so then the pond will slowly begin to reach balance. Our information is that there are still some fish remaining in the pond, and they should repopulate it in some time. We wanted to give a big thanks to some of our residents who actually rescued some fish and put them in a different pond that didn't have this event occur. And of course, we never like to see these things, but with the amounts of ponds we take care of, and the changes in weather and amount of rain, etc., high temperatures and high sun, every once in a while this does occur. So we're sorry to see this happen. We are thankful, though, that it wasn't as a result of anybody intentionally dumping anything dangerous into the pond. Speaking of all things nature, the next brush pickup is coming next month. We're done with the pickups for June. The week of July 11th will be the next brush pickup for the east side. You need to have your brush out on the parkway in as big a piles as possible on Monday, July 11th. For the west side, the following week, Monday, July 18th, is the day you need to have your brush out. After that, it's for the east side is the week of August 8th, and for the west side, the week of August 15th. We've been meeting with our consultants that the city hired to talk about some erosion issues we have along the river, particularly down near the west side near Clark Island. Some of the Riverwalk is starting to have some issues because of the erosion. Some of this is due to the fact that the current has gotten a little faster near Clark Island because when we built the Donovan Bridge, we were allowed to put some clean gravel into the bed of it for the machinery to work on, and yet we were not allowed to remove that gravel. The gravel has slowly made its way downstream, and if you look at Clark Island now, you'll see another island starting to form. That island splits the current, makes it narrow on both sides, and speeds it up, so as it goes by the western bank. It has started to increase the erosion. We met with some consultants because we've asked them to take a look and see what we could do both in the short term and the long term to stabilize the banks. And we met with them yesterday. They're going to appear at the Committee of the Whole meeting next Tuesday, June 28th, tentatively, to talk with the Committee of the Whole about the kinds of strategies that they think could work given the findings that they've made. There's a lot of different aspects or a lot of different areas of our river bank from basically from the pedestrian bridge by City Hall all the way down to the wastewater treatment plant. And so those different areas, because they're made of different materials, they have different slopes, they call for different kinds of strategies, and the discussions will be held, as I said, hopefully next Tuesday. You can be going to the city website, and if it does become an agenda item, you can see the presentation that will be made by the engineers by clicking through to the agenda and seeing it before the meeting happens. The call for the last, fourth and final sculpture for the Donovan Bridge is out. That sculpture will represent the theme of art. It follows the first three sculptures that were nature, history, and science. The Science Commission was just awarded by the City Council a few weeks ago to Bruce White, who's a nationally known sculptor. He is going to be working on his concept representing science, and it should be done in 3 or 4 months at the most, and I think it'll be very interesting to see on the bridge. If you do know of any sculptors who do public art, you could have them go to the city website where they can find the art sculpture call, and the ideas and concepts are due, I believe, on September 27th, so there's plenty of time to look at the materials and come up with a concept. On the Blue Goose project, I know we're all excited about hopefully seeing Blue Goose in our downtown. The city's hired some consultants to analyze the financial projections and request for community tax dollars to the developer of the project, being Batavia Enterprises. They're exchanging information or getting information from Batavia Enterprises so they can advise the City Council as to whether the project qualifies under the statute for tax increment finding support, and if it does, if it is entitled to it, what would be a reasonable amount. So we're hoping to move that forward, and as soon as we get certain information, we'll be able to work with the City Council to make that project a reality. Last weekend was Blues on Water Street. It was a kind of an offshoot and a prelude to Blues on the Fox, which is down in Aurora at the River Edge facility. And as part of Blues on Water Street, there were 3 separate venues all connected, being Water Street Studios, Kiss the Sky music store, and then the dock, which is part of the an industrial area, part of the Batavia Enterprises complex down at the intersection of Water and First Street. They sold out all their limited seating tickets, which was a 300 in number. People really enjoyed the music that was put on there. They enjoyed seeing all the different spaces that facility has to offer. And it was a really good activity for Batavia, and it shows the power of having some partnerships with larger organizations that put on activities. So I did speak with some of the people involved in working on that activity, and they're very excited and have already decided to do this again next year. So when you hear about it next year, consider attending. It was a very good time. You had your choice of going to an area where the music was amplified and fairly loud, or you had the choice of going to some place where it was basically acoustic and pretty soft. Plus there was another area where you could go and grab some food. So please think of taking advantage of that next year. The Campana Building at the corner of Fabian Parkway and Batavia Avenue, or Route 31, whether you know it or not, is actually in the city of Batavia. It's really the only piece of property west of the river and north of Fabian property that is in the city of Batavia, but it is nonetheless. And we've been approached by a developer which has a contract to purchase the main Campana building and convert it into, I believe, 65 apartments in a large portion of the old building. They brought in those documents for the staff to review, and in the next few months it'll be subject to a public hearing. I don't have the details yet of when that's going to occur because a lot of it depends on what the plan reviews have to show. But if you keep on listening or going to the city website and look at the agendas for the Plan Commission, that's where this project will appear first, after appearing before the Committee of the Whole, so they can get just a basic idea of the project and give some hints to the developer of whether they think that the project basically belongs on that piece of property and whether it fits into the city's comprehensive plan. So again, be watching for the agendas for the Committee of the Whole meetings, which are usually out on the Friday before the Tuesday meeting, and you'll see if that's on an agenda and you can see the supporting materials or memos. We've changed our development review process when a new project comes into town, and we give a longer period of notice to a greater number of people who live in the area of the proposed project, so they can all be in the know and not be surprised when the city council has a conversation with the developer about going forward with a project or not. The Dunkin' Donut project, if you're aware, the owner of the gas station at the corner of Houston Street and Batavia Avenue, that's the Shell station, would like to redevelop the interior of the space to accommodate a Dunkin' Donuts facility in addition to the gas station. And once they have a drive-through that goes around the back of the property, the Plan Commission and City Council have approved that project, but last week they came in and asked the Plan Commission if they could modify some of their plans for the retaining walls that will have to be built, because if you're aware, that's on the riverbank or the old riverbank, and there'll have to be some walls built to support a driveway to put the drive-through in. The Plan Commission agreed with the new plans, and hopefully we'll be seeing some designs and seeing that project wend its way through the city over the next several months, but as of this moment, we have no indication of a true schedule. And that's about all I have for this week's Municipal Minute. Please enjoy the summer, but be careful in the heat, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
On Wednesday, June 22nd, the Chicago Bulls completed a trade deal with the New York Knicks, sending Derrick Rose, the former MVP, to New York. The Knicks were hoping that the former NBA MVP would solve their problems at point guard position. The Bulls received 3 players back from the Knicks in a trade deal: center Robin Lopez, guard Jose Calderon, and guard Jerian Grant. Rose was drafted by the Bulls back in 2008 as the #1 pick out of Memphis. Rose claimed that if he had been traded, he was hoping it was going to be to New York. Rose is now 27 and is owed $21.3 million in the last year of his contract. He will be a free agent after the 2016-2017 season.
Here's Rachel's Retail Run.
Hi, I'm Rachel Goodman, and welcome to this week's edition of Rachel's Retail Run. This week, I'm here at B Attitudes Antiques and All Occasions Accessories. Come check it out. Addie Marconi has been in retail since she was 24 years old, and after marrying her husband, Joe, she closed down her shop in Naperville and moved to Batavia. She opened a clothing store called Miss Denali, and when it went out of business, she decided to open B Attitudes Antiques. Since a few years ago, there is now a new addition to the store called All Occasions Accessories. So what does your store offer for Batavia that maybe others don't? Obviously antiques. Anything else?
The antiques, we have great prices, and the accessory store, our prices, I think, are very competitive with the rest of the 3 towns. In fact, I see a lot of my things at other stores. I won't mention the towns, but at lesser prices. I have great sales help that help the customers. We bend over backwards to do anything for them. And I think we have I might be biased, I think we have very cute merchandise. And in antiques, I think our prices also are very reasonable compared to the Tri-Cities.
B Attitudes Antiques and All Occasions Accessories is located on the corner of Route 31 and Wilson Street in downtown Batavia, across from the library in a big blue Victorian house.
The house itself lends itself. It's a beautiful house. A lot of people come in. They don't even know what we have on the inside. They just come in to see the house.
Are there any special events or sales going on right now?
Well, right now we have a sale in for All Occasions, our accessories. All jewelry and scarves are half price, and everything else is 30% off. In the antiques, we have anywhere from 20 up to 50 off because each dealer does their own thing.
Come in and stop by the store anytime on Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday from noon to 5. B Attitudes Antiques and All Occasions Accessories are waiting for you to walk in.
Well, Nevada, it's finally happening. The first professional sports team in Las Vegas will be making their debut in the 2017-2018 season. National Hockey League Commissioner Gary Bettman announced Wednesday, June 22nd, that the expansion team hopes to have its name by the fall in order to start selling merchandise.
Well, that's all we have for today, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of It's News to Me. Most of our programming is viewable online at mybatv.com or on YouTube under the username BATV1017. Be sure to like our Facebook page to stay up to date on the station's current happenings. Thanks again for watching. I'm Anna Gilardi.
And I'm Sophie Shamrazadi.
And that's News to Me.